That being said, you now have a better sense of what the plans actually consist of. So I'll walk you through selecting the plan type here. When you get to the window, you will first be in templates. And there are two sections here for selecting a plan. One is Arizona State Legislature, and then if you click here, you will also be able to select U.S. Congress. And these are the two levels of plans that you'll be drawing. In U.S. Congress, I have the congressional plan. This is a template that we've uploaded for you to start with. This is actually a template of the current congressional boundaries. So when you open this up, you will see the current congressional boundaries as they were drawn back in 2000 with underlying data from the 2010 census. So your map may be out of balance because population has shifted, but that is a good starting point for you to see the current boundaries and then be able to change them slightly to make the adjustments for 2010 population data. The second option for drawing at either level is to start with a blank plan. And this basically takes you into the map and shows you a map of Arizona with all of the counties and no boundaries. And what you're able to do at that point is grab a number of counties and assign them to two districts and create your own plan from scratch. Second option here is the shared plan. Now, it looks like I haven't shared any plans with people at this point, but as users start to use the software and they're not competing, maybe at the end of the competition, people will be more willing to share plans with the general public and each other. This will become populated. You'll see the names of their plans, the author of the plan, and the last time it was edited. In the My Plan section, I have a number of plans here, and actually it looks like this is always the case when it comes to software demonstrations, something inevitably goes a little bit haywire. I have a number of shared plans that I had actually generated here so that you could see a list, but they're not showing up at the moment, I think because I logged in as a different user. So I will go back and we'll start with a template. We will come back later to the upload plan and I will demonstrate what that means. I'm going to actually start at the Arizona state level. So we're going to start with a template here, and I'm going to select the Arizona State Legislature, the current boundaries. I'm going to, the fourth step in this process is to name my plan. Every time you select from a template or from somebody else's plan, you are actually making a copy of that plan and naming and making it your own. So you can choose any name here, and I would recommend making it descriptive so you remember what it was if this is your first attempt or your fifth attempt, or you're working on a particular part of the state and not the other. You should name it accordingly. Also, when you're starting with a new plan and generating your own, you can edit the description here, edit the name later on when you come back to it. So I'm going to name it Abby's State Plan 5, and I'm going to start my drawing process. Now, while this plan loads and it takes some time to render on the map, I will take a break very quickly and ask if there are any questions at this time.
The only question that has come up so far is before you started, somebody wondered, how do you find the login?
How do you find the login? The login, Ken had mentioned at the beginning of this demonstration that he would be giving the URL or the website address out to everybody. And that website address, when you type that into your browser, will take you directly to that login page. And you will be able to simply sign up for an account if you haven't done so already. If you have done so, right next to that account here, and I will log out so that you can see this. This is the account, and this is the login section. So after you've signed up once, you don't have to sign up again. You can simply log in here. And I will do that now. This is my other account that I was attempting to log in at the beginning. So now you will be able to, this will be my account. And now you can see in my plans, here we go. I'm in the right account now. Here are all my plans that I've created in the past. So again, why don't we go ahead, Ken?
Let me jump in here. I did fail to mention earlier, as y'all are creating accounts, please use your first and last name. I think it has to be together, all one word.
No spaces.
No spaces. We do not want anonymous map makers. If we see anonymous map makers, we will go onto the system and contact you and ask you to put your actual name as a map maker. This map making process is about transparency and sharing ideas. It's not like the blogosphere. So we will contact you if you try and make an anonymous map. And a question, Abby, did I see that the Arizona State Plan had 31 districts?
Let me see here.
We only have 30 in Arizona.
Yep. No, there are actually 30 here. So 30 districts right here.
All right. I'm done.
Okay, absolutely. All right, so now that we've gone through the process of selecting a plan and opening it up for editing, I'm going to get into what is our Chapter 4, and this is to go through the editing toolbars. The first toolbar that you will see, I'm just going to get you oriented to this page so that you're comfortable here. This is actually the page that you'll spend the majority of your time on. The first toolbar you see is actually the map toolbar. These three drop-downs allow you to select settings that generate the look and feel of your map. You can see here that there are two thematic maps, and by thematic maps, I mean maps that have various colors attributed to the geographies in order to indicate some piece of information. We call them, in the GIS world, we call them choropleth maps. You may have heard other names for them. There are two. I'm going to turn off the one by district so that you can see just the choropleth map for counties. So now you can see the district maps off. You are looking at these variations in shades of gray are the individual counties in Arizona. And if I click down here on my map legend button, I can see that. So this is describing the population by county. And it's broken down into several classes here. And so anything that is this clear color is 48,000 or below, and anything that is the dark gray is 447,800 and above. You don't necessarily have to keep your map legend open and look at these numbers. They are helpful, but this is just having these colors on the map is just helpful for you as a reference to see where the heavily populated areas are and where the more rural areas of the map are. I can also view any of the statistics that I see here, and we'll get to this in a second. I can see here in the drop-down. So this is Black voting age population, Hispanic voting age population, and Native American. And if I'm working towards one of my minority majority districts, it might be helpful to view these on the map by county or tract or block. I'm going to go ahead and use total population. Let's say my intent first with the map is to make sure that I am reaching my target population based on the newly released census data. So the second map I can take a look at here, or the second thematic map, is by district. So I'm not looking at counties anymore with this thematic map. I'm looking at districts. So we're going to say, I want to take a look at the districts by total population. So these districts that are currently drawn, like I said, were drawn in 2000. At that point, they were perfectly balanced. They were drawn to meet the target population, which is the total population of the state divided by the number of districts. As you can see here, this is, if it were perfectly balanced, this map would be clear. You wouldn't see any colors on the map. This is the map legend for this layer, and if it were clear, it says within target, which is a range on either side of. Up here, you can see that we have a target population, and then here, a little bit orange is over target. Significantly orange is far over target, under, and far under for blue. So again, you don't have to keep this open, but it's a good way for you to gauge how you have to start editing.